Realtors, do you want to know how to generate more seller leads online? Well, stay tuned. I've been doing it since 2011. I'm going to give you my step-by-step process. I'm going to lay it all out for you, give you examples, so stay tuned. All right, guys, we are going to jump right into this. I have a lot to share with you. I'm going to try to go as quickly as possible because I know a lot of us have a short attention span, so I'm going to give you the value. So, realtors, let's get into it. Let's talk about how to get seller leads, how to get more listings, more closings in the next 12 months. And this is going to be in any market. Just so you know, I've personally taken 20 listings in 30 days. I've been marketing myself online since 2011. So that's my bread and butter. So I'm going to show you this example. This is one of my agent partners, 111 leads. Out of those 111 leads, she made six figures basically. So she hit her 12-month goal in 6 months. A little bit about me. I left corporate America 2005, got my real estate license in 2006, got my broker's license in 2008. I was hitting my financial goals. I've got 5 kids. I wanted to do more and not take time away from my family. I didn't want to cold call. I didn't want to door knock. I didn't want to host open houses. I didn't want to rely on my sphere of influence. I wanted to drive people to me. So that's how I started online. And I started generating leads and utilizing this proven formula that I'm going to show you today since 2011. One thing before we jump in is mindset is huge, okay? Know that no matter what happens in any market, no matter what the interest rates do, buyers and sellers are always going to need a home. And a large majority of them, close to 90%, use a real estate agent, okay? So utilize that in your mind so that it can keep you going and keep you working. So are you ready for this formula? Let's jump into it. The first step is identifying your customer market. So if you're listening to this, then you must want to attract more sellers to you, right? We're going to pick our platform. There's several online platforms. I'm going to share the ones with you guys that I use. Define your hooks, generate leads, and then the last step is get them to like, know, and trust you and close deals. Okay, so let's dig into these 5 steps. All right, first step is being very specific, okay? We want more listings, we want more sellers, but what type of sellers are we gonna go after? Are we gonna go after people relocating for their job? Are we gonna go after people who are looking to upgrade, luxury new construction, they have an older home? So we need to be super specific on the type of sellers we're going to attract, because what we're going to do, we're going to turn around and provide value to those people online to attract them. Okay. So the more specific, the better. What are sellers searching for online? If you don't know, you can reverse engineer into this information. Okay. So utilize the #1 search engine, which we all know is Google, to figure out what people are typing in. All right, so if you go into your Gmail account, you click on this little thing for Google Apps, go down to the Google Ads, sign in, click on Keyword Planner, click on Discover New Keywords. I put in it very simple. Don't type in a whole bunch of words. Keep it basic and let Google be more specific for you. So I typed in sell home. These are the results that had those keywords in them. So you can see how many searches happen every 30 days. You can see the average cost per click, low and high. Keep in mind, it's going to take you about 10 clicks to get a lead, right? So if you're thinking about your budget, you can get an idea, but you want to, of course, go after and provide information. So if somebody's saying, sell my house fast, I'm going to give you some tools that you can use, some things that we're using that's getting people to click on that. So I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. Stay tuned. All right. Step 2, pick your platform. So what vehicle will you use to provide your solutions to your customer market, right? To start off with, I would say limit it to 2 max, because you don't want to be all over the place and not get any results at all. All right. When you're determining those 2 platforms, you want to make sure it's predictable and scalable. Okay. So can you predict what you expect based on this platform that you're choosing to use? can you scale it? So if it's working really well, right, can you throw more money into it and it just grow, right? Referrals in your sphere are great, but you can't click a button to scale it, right? With Google, you can do that. So I can have a funnel, I can optimize it, I can love the results, and I can throw more money into it and scale it. I can use analyzers and track my conversions that will allow me to predict what will come. So think of those things when you're selecting your two. You can start with one, but two max. Everything has always led me online. It's like 97%, almost 100% people start their search online, right? I use Google because Google's the #1 search engine. Google is king. Google has 95% mobile activity. Other platforms of choice of mine, I'm going to show you how we're utilizing these, is Facebook and YouTube. So Google owns YouTube. People would prefer video, right, over a picture or a still photo. Video increases your click-through rate. So I'm going to show you some examples of those things. But I started with Google PPC. Pipelines that we've built. So through Google AdWords, you can see source. The majority of these are Google PPC. If you look, right, Google PPC, Google PPC. Facebook is another one. Our average click-through rate for the campaigns that we're running is 4%. The average click-through rate in general for Facebook is 0.9%. So you could see on this, we had 17,000 impressions, 730 clicks, and that's an average click-through rate of 4.29%. For YouTube, reverse engineer into the video. Like, what are people searching for on YouTube, right? They'll find you because they've searched for something you created content about. They're not going to just randomly find your videos, right? TubeBuddy is great. I'm going to show you how to use that. So TubeBuddy is a Chrome plugin. You have to have Chrome. You have to be in Chrome and then add that plugin to it. There is a cost, but it's pretty economical. So I typed in sell my home, right? That's a very good thing according to TubeBuddy. That's a very good thing to pay for, or build your videos with around that. And then they give you some additional examples. They show you the search volume, competition, optimization strength. So utilize TubeBuddy, it'll help you. Don't overcomplicate the video, right? This particular video is me, I'm talking about people thinking about selling their house and moving into this luxury neighborhood. And I sometimes will market for sellers that way because it's cheaper, okay? The cost per click is a lot less. But I know if somebody's looking in this neighborhood, they're higher end properties, most likely they have a house to sell because they're most likely not a first-time home buyer. Okay, so I'll share some things about that with you as well. I want to give you these steps first, and then we'll dig into them. Step 3 in our proven formula is defining your hooks, okay? Your hooks are going to define your ads. What is the market saying, okay? What are these sellers looking for? What are their problems? What are the opportunities that you can fix for them, okay? Your hook is your solution. Your hook is your offer. Good hooks give real solutions. Real solutions lead to real leads. I hear people all the time saying, oh, these leads are trash, right? Because your hooks aren't good. You're not providing real solutions. Don't sell, solve problems. So what are there corporations moving in, right? Do you have relocations where you can market for sellers that way? Are people moving out of your area, going into another area, right? Are there short-term rentals available, right? How is the short-term rental market doing in your area? Those could be listing opportunities. Are there distressed sales on the horizon? Are there pre-foreclosures on the horizon, right? Our #1 hook for us that gets us the best results and always has is our cash offer campaign. In this campaign, we have a timeline, we have a guarantee, and we have a hassle-free, simple process. That's part of the ad, okay? This is a sample, it's a simple lander, right? It gets their information, and we're gonna give them an offer, a cash offer. We also, as I mentioned, we market to communities that are in high demand, so they have a high search volume, right? And the price point is higher because for us, we know the majority of those people looking in these communities are not first-time home buyers, so they most likely have a house to sell, okay? So in order for them to get access to property details in these communities, they've got to give us their information. Other hooks that work for us are, what's my home worth? That's a really good one. People want to know their value before they think about putting it on the market. What makes their home sell? Our pricing strategy with a timeline attached to it. So we give a guarantee. What's the market doing now? Our stress-free home selling process, right? We provide also predictive market analysis reports. So what their home is worth now and what it could be worth in the next 3 to 6 months. So giving people customized communication where they can't easily search for this information that you're providing. How to prepare their home for sale. What increases the value of their home? Will remodeling increase their value? Giving them a home maintenance checklist. Another thing that will attract sellers is giving them rebates or giving them information on how to get a lower rate, right? Because a lot of people, if they have a lower rate currently and the rates are higher than when they bought, they're shying away from selling, right? And buying something new. So if you give information about how to get free money to buy down their interest rate, that could attract people who have a house to sell. Okay, step number 4, generating leads. The leads will come with the right hook and value. You have to deliver so much value that they will want to give you their information in exchange for what you're providing to them, okay? So our overall process for generating leads is, step 1 is creating the ad, okay? So once they type in that keyword, you find the keyword that you're going to market, your ad has to show up. Remember, in your ad, you need to have a solution for them, right? You need to have a timeline. You need to have a simple and easy process. So take a look at this ad. Sell your home within 24 hours, no fees. Giving them information about property value, because that's something that people look for when they're thinking about selling their home. So this is an example, okay? And also notice, let me go back to that. There's no branding. I know we're real estate agents, but if you brand yourself from the beginning, people might shy away. They may just want to know their home's value and not be tied to a realtor who's going to stalk them forever, right? So you may want to think about having a more generic brand. Our overall process for generating leads, step 2, is deliver the solution. We engage them with a single lander. We also send them to a CRM landing page. We also send them to, we have certain websites that we create. So for sellers, seller tips, right? How to attract buyers, best time to sell a house, list your home, how to sell your house, check your house value, pricing a home, a seller's checklist, sell your house fast, value of your home. So we allow visitors to enter criteria with limited information, but to get the full results, they have to register first. We also deliver solution through an engaging video. Having a video on your main page is gonna increase your likelihood of showing up on Google's first page by 53 times, okay? Step 3, this is an example. So a buyer rebate, okay? Remember what I said about sellers thinking about and hesitating about buying another home. Well, if they want to get information on how they can use free money to reduce their interest rate, they've got to give you the information first to come in to apply for that rebate. Our next step is our automation. So we're going to filter to the bottom of our funnel and nurture utilizing automation, because we can't touch everything with our 2 hands. This is an example of a particular campaign that we ran, a luxury one. We had 634 leads come in through Google PPC. Out of those 634 leads, we had 73 closed, pending, or hot and ready to go in the next 30 days. Those are great statistics. This is another campaign that we ran on Facebook, 10 leads in 2 days, 1 appointment scheduled. That's a 10% conversion rate, right? Okay, step 5, get them to like, know, and trust you and close the deals. So utilizing automation is important, utilizing AI is important, but also being involved in every step of the way. So making sure that you are focused on the money-making activities and leveraging everything else out. So your money-making activities are lead follow-up, right? Lead prospecting, going on qualified appointments, negotiating contracts, and closing deals. These are some of the drip campaigns that we have. We utilize these campaigns to provide value. So we're going to deposit value, deposit value, deposit value, then ask for an appointment. Or deposit value, deposit value, deposit value, ask if they're available for a phone call, right? A discovery call. So our campaigns are not made to replace us. They're in place for us to give value and then ask. But we're hitting them with value through the automation at least 3 times before we ask for an appointment. We use social proof in our automation, so that's part of a deposit of value. Make sure that social proof, so past client testimonials are short enough where they're not going to get spammed or they're not going to not go through. We use email in our automation, of course. Our click-through rate in these 4 emails that I'm showing is close to 50%. That's amazing. This particular one is close to 60%. We use personalized video in our automation, so don't overthink the videos. I just showed these 2 because most of you probably wouldn't have sent out these videos, but I got it. I got a listing appointment. Hi, Tierney, thanks for responding to my post. As you can imagine, I've received a lot of messages. I did enjoy your video. It stood out from the rest. I thought it was a nice touch, right? I ended up getting the appointment because I responded with video. So make sure you utilize video. Opus Clip can help you chop up long form videos and chop them up for you automatically into viral short clips. So take a look at that. We use texting in our automation as well. So as you can see, like just within a couple of hours, we had all these responses. Hi, Tierney, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom home. I will be looking for a 4-bedroom, 3 bedrooms. Here's my email. It would be a home for my parents. They'd need a 1-story, probably 4 in Argyle ISD. We use customized communication in our automation. I mentioned that. We also talk to sellers about things that we do that other realtors probably don't do. So this is an example of what we use in our automation. So our reverse prospecting that we do, they can see that it takes a lot of work and we explain how we do it. We use AI to make sure they're qualified. It's deposit, then withdraw. So we're not going to just hit them with, are you approved? You know, we're going to give them some value first, then ask the question automatically. We have automation for sellers, sharing information on how to successfully reduce pricing, right? This is something that we help our agent partners with because in a shifting market, the agents who know how to get price reductions are the ones who are going to succeed. So we have automation in place. We give sellers weekly updates. We talk about key indicators, other inventory, the seasonality, number of showings. And then we are already prepared for price reductions. And we level set expectations from the beginning with this stuff. We have proven scripts, objection handlers, and proven processes around seasonality, market changes, rate changes, opportunities now, why to buy now, why to sell now, how to price now. Pricing ahead of the market is critical, so we have a proven formula. I'll share a little bit of it with you. So you want to stay within close proximity of the subject property. So if it's a suburban area, you really would like to be in that same neighborhood, right? Quarter of a mile max. If you are in an urban area, you would like to stay in that same building, okay? Rural is a little bit different. You got to kind of work with that as you can, but proximity is key, right? Because you don't have to make adjustments for things like, oh, on that side of the street, it feeds to a different school, and that school district is C rated, and on this side of the street, it's an A rated, you know? So you don't have to make adjustments for those things. So if you keep it as close as possible, you'll avoid having to do that. Square footage. 25% plus or minus. So take the square footage of the subject property, multiply it by 25%, add and subtract that to the square footage of the subject, and that's going to be your range. So you're looking for comparables that have sold that are within close proximity, that are within 25% plus or minus of the subject property square footage. In terms of age, you want to stay within 33% of the subject property, not the year built. So take the age, multiply that by 33%. That's going to be your age differential. You're going to add and subtract that to the age of the subject property, and that's going to be your range of the properties that you want to select. All right, I'm trying to go as fast as possible because, like I said, I know our attention spans are short. So to recap our proven formula that's going to guarantee that you get leads online: identifying your customer market, picking your platform, defining your hooks, generating leads, and getting them to like, know, and trust you. Now, you can generate a whole bunch of leads and it not do any good because you have to track your numbers, right? So this is just a screenshot. Feel free to duplicate this and use it to track your calls. You want to track your calls, your contacts, and your appointments set as a minimum, okay? Thinking about conversion rates for online lead generation. So top of the page bid, make sure you use that. So if you use that Google keyword tool analyzer, don't look at the lower page bid, look at the top of the page bid when you're estimating your cost per click, okay? So if it's $1.50 per click, it's going to cost you about 15 bucks a lead, because as I mentioned at the beginning of this, it takes about 10 clicks to a lead, okay? So 1,500 bucks will get you 100 leads. 100 leads at a 1 to 2% closing ratio is about 20K in GCI, right? So it's worth it, okay? If you want to hear more about how you can partner with me and have these same systems and processes at no cost, I have a calendar in the description. So feel free to block some time. If you want to just pick my brain, feel free to do that. Feel free to fill out this questionnaire. And at the end of that, you can schedule some time as well on my calendar. So I hope this helps, guys. If this video was helpful for you, make sure you like it. If you got at least one thing that you know when you implement it, it's going to change your business, like it. If you want to hear more, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to hear about how these same systems and tools can work in your business, or you want to pick my brain, feel free to block some time on my calendar. It's in the description below.